Are you with me?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
We'll start. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Hare Naam Sankirtan Mahotsav ki jai Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nashuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki Hare Krishna. So today we'll be taking text 12 of Canto 2, Chapter 3, which is entitled Pure Devotional Service, the Change of Heart. Jnanam yada apratinivirta gunera chakram Atma prasadut yatra gunesha sangaha Kaivalya sampata pathatvasta bhakti yoga Ko nivirto hari katha suratim na kuryat Jnanam yada apratinivirta gunur chakram Atma prasada uta yatra guneshwanga Kaivalya sampada pathastvatha bhakti yoga Ko nivirto hari katha suratim na kuryat Jnanam yada apratinivirta guneram chakram Atma prasada uta yatra guneshwanga Kaivalya sampada pathastvatha bhakti yoga Ko nivirto hari katha suratim na kuryat. For what meaning? And it yes. Gnanam, knowledge. Yata, that which, up to a limit of. Pratinivarta, completely withdrawn. Guna urami, the waves of material modes. Chakram, whirlpool. Atma prasada, self-satisfaction. Uta, moreover. Yatra, where there is. Gunesu, in the mode of nature. Asangaha, no attachment. Kaivalya, transcendental. Samata, approved. Pataha, path. Tu, but. Ataha, therefore. Bhakti yogaha, devotional service. Kaha, who. Nivirtaha, absorbed in. Hari Kathasu, in the transcendental topics of the Lord. Ratim, attraction. Na, shall not. Kuryat, do. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Transcendental knowledge in relation with the Supreme Lord Hari is knowledge resulting in the complete suspension of the waves of whirlpools of the material modes. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to its being free from material attachment And being transcendental, it is approved by authorities who could fail to be attracted. Purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. According to Bhagavad Gita 10.9, the characteristic of pure devotees are wonderful. The complete functional activities of a pure devotee are always engaged in the service of the Lord. And thus, the pure devotees exchange feelings of ecstasy between themselves and relish transcendental bliss. This transcendental bliss is experienced even in the stage of devotional practice, sadhana avastha, if properly undertaken under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. And in the mature stage of the developed transcendental feeling, culminates in realization of the particular relationship with the Lord by which a living entity is originally constituted, up to the relationship of conjugal love and with the Lord, which is estimated to be the highest transcendental bliss. Thus, Bhakti Yoga, being the only means of God realization, is called Kaivalya. Srila Jiva Goswami quotes a Vedic verse, Eko Narayano Devaha Pravartanam Prema Asti Kaivalya Shamjitaha. In this connection, and establishes that Narayana, the personality of Godhead, is known as Kaivalya, and the means which enables one to approach the Lord is called the Kaivalya Pantha, or the only means of attaining of Godhead. This Kaivalya Pantha begins from Saravana, or hearing those topics that relates to the personality of Godhead and the natural consequences of hearing such Harikatha is attained of transcendental knowledge, which causes detachment from all mundane topics for which a devotee has no taste at all. For a devotee, all mundane activities, social and political, becomes unattractive, and in the mature state, such a devotee becomes uninterested even in his own body, and what to speak of bodily relatives. In such a state of affair, one is not agitated by the waves of material modes. There are different modes of material nature, and all mundane functions in which a common man is very much interested, or in which he takes part, becomes unattractive for the devotees. The state of affair is described herein as Pratinivritya Gunormayi, and it is possible by the Atma Prasada, or complete self-satisfaction without any material connection. The first-class devotee of the Lord attains this stage by devotional service. But despite his loftiness for the Lord's satisfaction, he may play the voluntary part of a preacher of the Lord's glories and to be told all into devotional service, even mundane interest, just to give the neophyte a chance to transform mundane interest into transcendental bliss. Srila Rupa Goswami has described this action of the pure devotees as Nirvanda Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagya Uchyate. Even mundane activities, to be told, with the service to the Lord are also calculated to be transcendental or approved Kaivalya affair. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjansalakaya Chakshmantam Venam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakatamayam Dadati Supatantikam Bandeyam Sri Guru Shvita Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunathan Pitantam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Keshavadhan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamcha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपति गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वांशाकल्पतरुवैश्य कृपा सिन्धुवैयवच पतिता नाम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण विष्टाय भूतले श्रीमती जगता स्वामी नित्य नामने नमाचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदायने गौर गदामदाय नगर ग्राम ताणे नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण विष्टाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशे दे तारणे जय शिल प्रभुपाद। So by the Anukampa of Srila Prabhupada and Vaishnavas around, we are in a position to continue our regular study of Srimad Bhagavatam. And today, in this connection, the last sloka from Sukacharya, he is saying, Jnanam yada apratinivirtya gunera chakram atma prasada uta yatra guneshwanga kaivalya sampada pathatva bhakti yoga ko nivirtu hari katha suratim na kuryat. So he says, transcendental knowledge in relation with the Supreme Lord Hari is a knowledge resulting in the complete suspension of the waves and whirlpool of the material modes. So here, confirm over here, nobody can, whoever he may be, can get away from material miseries. Either Adibhaudik, Adidevik, Adhyatmik. Sooner or later, sometime in the life, he has to face this, which is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Yadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Darshanam. He'll go on and on and on until the Jiva, the person, totally surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These material modes are the binding force of the material world. Therefore, it is not within our jurisdiction or within our power or within our knowledge how to get out of this. Very, very difficult. We are trapped. Krishna is unlimited. But Krishna also limited. If Krishna is only limited and he is not unlimited, then he is not complete. Or whether he is completely unlimited and not limited, then also he is not complete. So for he is complete, he has Vaikunthas, he has his set of the devotees, which are trillion raised to trillions, and raised to trillions again. And in his limited form, he has made this jiva, who is entrapped in the body. So, in his limited potency, we are trapped. And to get out of this is only by his own mercy, by his anukampa, by his desire. If the soul surrenders unto him. Now, what is surrendering? Is it not a physical thing that we just bow down and that's all right? We have to become a nirman moha jit sanga dosha. Bhagavad Gita says, nirmamo nirhankara sha shantim adhigacchati. So what has to become nirmama? Mean nothing belongs to me. Nirhankara, or without any ahankar. Now, this whole material world has come from the ahankar of the Lord. And we are a part and parcel of it. So how it is possible that we can get away of it? It's only by the mercy. Like the Vishnu, when in the Samudra Mantana, brings the halal, the poison, and gives to the Lord Shiva. You drink it. Now, Lord Hara did not think of it, he just gobbled it up. He said, because if my Lord is saying, I should do it. That much of faith. If my Guru says some Vaishnava says some, if you can execute at early as possible, then will you surrender. Otherwise, it's not that easy. I may say, you may say, everybody may say. By wearing nice tilaka and, taking 3 times a day bath, it might help, but the surrender of ahankar. That's what the Krishna says very nicely. Mana arpit maya buddhihi. Give your intelligence to me and be guided by. Sometimes somebody says, how it is possible? Well, even otherwise is possible. We are living by His mercy. Everyone is living by His mercy. So why not possible? So he says, the waves, that when you see the sea, you stand at the seashore, and the waves and the ripples comes from deep sea to the shore, you cannot count them. Or as many as the particles of the sand on the face of earth, or as many as are the starry luminaries in the sky. Unlimited, so are unlimited our thoughts, our desires. So we cannot control it, we can simply multiply them. Whimsical ideas, hovering from one object to another object, thinking from one place to another place. Please, can you mute? Mute, please. Okay, I don't know where I was. So, such knowledge is self-satisfying. People say self-realization. You know what is self-realization? All that has been written in the Shastras, all that has been spoken by the great personalities or the great Vaishnavas, if you can accept them as it is without any deviation, without any addition, without any subtraction, if you follow that path, then we are self-realized. But if I hear Srimad Bhagavatam or speak on Bhagavad Gita and then do contrary, then I am not self-realized. I may be a speaker, but not a self-realized person. See, Prabhupada, how much self-realized he was, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, पृथ्वी ते आछे नगर आदि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार है वो मेरो नाम. He has so much of faith, it's called a self-realization. If God has said it, is written in the Shastra, then it will come to pass. What have to do? Little endeavor. Endeavor for satisfying Krishna, not satisfying the self. So this is the self-satisfying. And it can only be, man can only be satisfied if free from material attachment. And I know, everybody knows how difficult it is to get away from material attachment. In the gross level and in the subtle level. In gross level, I may be supposed to act as if nothing happened to me. But in my sukshma sharira, my mana, buddhi and ahankar, sometimes they get hurt. So we come to again back to square one. The attachment to the body and body relation will be there until we completely become a devotee of the Lord. It will always be there. Me, mine, I is always be there. But yes, Sukacharya is saying, satisfying due to its being free from the material attachment. And this attachment, let us say, I used to give an example. Let us say if somebody is handcuffed with the gold shackles, or somebody is handcuffed with the silver and somebody with the copper. Now, do you think the man who's shackled with the gold, he'll say, see, I'm better than these two fellows. They have the silver and they have got the bronze. Look at me, I have the golden shackle. Do you think is worth of discussing? Cycles are cycle, whatever it may be. It could be even the rope. So that's what we are. And that's we don't understand. We always compare. Oh, he is worse than me. Everybody is worst. And the material world, nobody is going to escape. Now, this has been the Sukadeva Goswami saying, this had been approved by authorities. He is not saying, I say it. He is not saying, do what I am to do. No, they are authorities. Previous acharyas, going back to the Lord Brahma, he is saying, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. It is a self-realization. And we have heard in other classes that Brahma read this Vedas 3 times and then came to the conclusion, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Now, if somebody is in this mood, if somebody in this ways of life, then who would be failed to attracted? Then everybody will get attracted to Krishna. He is so charming, he is so handsome, he is so beautiful, he is so magnanimous, he is so approachable, and yet he is very, very far. Hari, Haraya. Hari means he who attracts. Haraya means who creates the illusion. And Krishna says, Naham prakasa sarvasaha moha maya samavritaha mudhoyam nabhijanati mam evaye param abhyayam. Sometimes Krishna cannot be simply understood by reading the books, by hearing. Then, by reading, hearing, meditating. Sarvanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. 3 together. Sometimes what do we do? Sarvan, very nice. Kirtan, sometimes very nice, but no Smaranam. And then we lack the attraction. And Sonaka has said, Vayam tuna vitrapyama uttama sloka vikrame yaksha sharanavatam rasam jnanam swadu swadu pade pade. I know some of you may have been to this ISKCON for many, many years. The simple you are staying is because swadu swadu pade pade. Otherwise we would have gone, would have changed our lifestyle or attraction somewhere. But because it's so very enchanting, even it is repeated over millions of times, still it is apaurushaya and it gives the complete satisfaction to the self. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, tapasvi bhyo adhiko yogi, jnani bhyo mato adhika, karma adhiko yogi, tasmad yogi bhav Arjuna. He says you become yogi. Yogi means yuktaha. What kind of yukta? Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetusa nanyagamina. Because of abhyasa, one can become yukta. Paramam purusham divyam yarti parthanu chintayan. So we have to do abhyasa. It is called sadhana bhakti. through sadhana also we can realize the transcendental love of God. Even at a very immature state, we can. And even higher state, I give an example of Narad Muni when he was a small boy. His mother died, and all these Vaishnavas has left after the Chaturmasya. He goes to the north side, and walking, he find a place. And that place was very conducive. There is a river, crystal clear water. And there are flower trees, fruit trees, nice breeze. And he decided, okay, let me sit over here. It could be Madhuvana, but I don't know. He sit over there, but within his heart, he saw Narayana. Paramatma was in the heart. And after some time, the Paramatma disappeared. Narada, as a boy, he felt very sad. What wrong I have done? That the visualization of the Lord in the heart now is disappeared. Though Krishna tells him from the Akashvani, oh, dear boy, though you are trying to achieve me, but more than me, you have been attracted to the crystal clear water, to the fruit laden tree and the flowers. You have more asakti on them than me. Look at the greatest height of devotion. Krishna is simply only me, no one else. And what do you say? Everything also Krishna. Let me have this, let me have this, let me that, let me have also Krishna. Now, like the oil and water does not mix together, similarly, mundane activities that I may have does not mix up with my spiritual activities. They are apart. And that's why so many of you claim, we realize and we say, I don't know, I can't concentrate my mind, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. Why it is so? I'm practicing for so many years. Because we are trying to both the things. We want to have the material possession, material opulence, and also I want to Krishna. And Krishna says, either me or them. But we want both. And Krishna, very, very magnanimity. He says, okay, if you want both, have it. When you will come back to your senses, then you will tell me. You will decide yourself which way you want to go. Once there was a cat saw a loaf of bread, half loaf of bread. So cat jumped to find that bread. In the meantime, cat said on the side, they have full loaf of bread. So cat jumped to this, get that. By the time he went to this, the crow came and he took the half of the bread. The cat turned this side, another crow came and took the full of the bread. So, आधी मिले पूरी धावे, पूरी मिले ना आधी पावे. We lose both. So many of us like me, and so many people, we want to have material life, comfortable life, beautiful, let us say, whole AC is running, a beautiful carpet, and a lot of lights, and everything, and the beautiful car, and free petrol, and sofa-driven car, and then we say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And do you think Krishna won't know? That my liking is towards which? Toward this, toward that. So as the other day I was saying, Krishna's activity is known as pastime, and we are doing time pass. But it is billion times better than not doing anything. Even एक घड़ी आधी में पुनियाद करे जो संगत साधु की हरे कोटि अपराध. So this way, we have to deal with ourselves. Everything is available for us. We don't have to acquire from anything. Everything within. What is that? Desire to serve Krishna and his devotees, and our life will become sublime. So with this, I'll come to the conclusion of my talk. I don't know, so many people have not come today. Reason best known to them. But I've done my job. I have taken my full time. And if anyone of you have some comments or some question and something, we can go for that.